Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race of the 2018 season. We are here at Daytona International Speedway for 100 laps of racing for the most famous race in motorsports, the Daytona 500. On the front row, we have a rookie, Mark Riggleman, capturing the pole for this season's race in the second season of the Mountain Dew Formula One Cup Series. Sitting beside him is the car that won the pole last season, the 22 now driven by Samet Oskin. So that team gets second this year, so looking pretty good for this team right here as far as qualifying goes in 2018. In row 2, we have DJ Curtis and Alexander Rowe, two winners from 2017. Rowe moving from the 10 to the 41 team as Curtis remains in the 17. In row number 3 is Austin Alves and late season bloomer Charles Jackson, both returning to their rides. Jackson captured 2 wins in the chase last season, despite not making the 16 list. In row 4 is James Qualls, who moves over to the 27, with Deanna Jones moving to a Dodge team, driving the 29. And in row 5 is John Arndt and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Arndt started last year off with a bang. Didn't get the win until late in the season and ended up not making the chase after falling off mid-season. In row 6 is another rookie, Alex Ferrati, and beside him, winless champion Caleb Hoffman, who brought the 22 team to a championship last season. Can he finally shoot through to victory lane this year? And we'll go through the rest of the lineup. Jessica Shelton and last year's winner Philip Parker are in row number 7. Seth Cole and Charles Sanford in row 8. Seth Cole won 3 races last season. In row, I think 9, I've already lost count. This is awful. James Shelley and Philip Goldberg, your Truck Series champion. And the rest of the order, Diego Yepes, Cody Hagan, Michael Amato and Alex Gray, who moves to the 3. TJ Handley, Jonathan Zorlin. Kev Shearer, Eli Bright moving up from trucks. Cole Deaver and Quentin Moore. Dylan Young and Andrew Rich. Johnny Gardner, the other 3-time winner, sits beside Talladega winner Zach Flickinger. Joshua Osborne is now in the 70, replacing James Qualls. Peter Sands in the 12 with new sponsorship. William Brock takes over in the 21 with Matthew McIntyre in the 95. New team, Audi Red Bull Racing coming in here. Nate Rogers will drive that ride. Tony Green now drives the Ford. This is the car that won the Daytona 500 last season. Emmanuel Hartnett and other Red Bull driver Nico Tringali sit in row number 21, or 20 I believe actually, sorry. And the last row is comprised of 2 more Dodgers, Zach Rogers and John Nunn. So as we look, the 83 and the 84 cars were the 8 and the 89 last season in Chevrolet. Now they move over to the new Red Bull team as a command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engine!
As the command was just given, it just snuck up on me there. So we've got 5 Fords actually. I just realized this. The entire top 5 qualifying drivers are Ford drivers. The last Ford to have qualified inside the top 10 is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. So 6 Fords, a Toyota, 2 Chevys, and a Dodge are comprised in the top 10 for the starting grid. So Audi becomes the 5th manufacturer in the series. Last season we just had Chevy, Ford, Toyota, and Dodge. Dodge of which was very unsuccessful until Rogers won near the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how Audi pulls off their debut season with 2 drivers. And there is rumors of a new body coming in 2019. So everyone should hopefully be on the lookout for that. But it's a crisp, clear afternoon here at Daytona. We're getting ready to go racing. 100 laps of action. These guys can usually get about 20 laps out of a tank or so. So it's gonna be pit stop city. As they come off of turn 4, Riggleman and Oskin will lead them to the line. Pull them seatbelt tights one more time. Green flag is out and the 2018 season has started. Already lots of jockeying. Alex Ferranti making it 3 wide on his teammate right on the start of the race. As these cars take about a lap and a half to get completely up to speed. There's a new point system that has been implemented into this season. NRSL is really like the structure they've been using in the Lucas Oil Cup Series that they've been running here and there. As DJ Curtis is gonna lead lap 1 in the 2018 season as they are 3 abreast all the way behind, and I think I just used that terminology wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing today. Austin Alves, teammate to the 17, is gonna peek under on the middle line, peeking down low. Alex Ferranti's on the bottom. As they are already 3 wide all the way around. As Austin Alves will take the lead. Ferranti leading that low line. Seth Cole, James Shelley on the bottom behind. Well, Alex Ferranti take the lead here. And he does. But does Seth Cole get enough of a push to the line? And Ferranti leads lap 2. But as I was saying, Lucas Oil Cup point system that's been going on over the off season and such, they're really liking that system, so they've decided to implement it in the Cup. But the only difference is that they will not do double point races. They're keeping the chase the same way they did last season with some minor adjustments. If you win a race, you get 3 bonus points. Now those bonus points will stay at the start of each round. So if you win 4 races in the regular season, you start off with 12 points. If you win a chase race, you get 3 more points to start the next round with, so you'll start the next round with 15 points. They've decided to implement that to try to avoid what Caleb Hoffman miraculously accomplished in 2017. Now you see 3 wide all the way around. Diego Yepes in the 77 on the bottom. So 3 wide all the way around. Very clean racing action so far. As Seth Cole, see there's the high line coming into play. Seth Cole's going to plop his car back to the middle. And it looks like Cole Deaver's going to push Yepes 4 wide. That might not be a good idea. And they are 4 wide now coming through the tri-oval. James Shelley's trying to get enough of a run to get out of it. And he does. He pulls back in front of the 77. That was really close. 4 wide is possible here, but it is very dangerous to do. So now we've got 2 Ganassi cars leading the field. Shelley drove the 27 last season and Seth Cole was in the 13. So 2 RCR affiliated cars moving over to Ganassi. Seth Cole won 3 races. Shelley won Indianapolis. And now they lead the front row, the front of the pack. Ooh, and very close there between Alves and Fitzwater Sr. As Johnny Gardner, the Speedway King last season, racking up 3 wins. Meadowlands, Darlington, and there was somewhere else that is eluding my memory. But he's pushing the 2 of Dylan Young to the front of this pack. There's a new mega team in town. Go Fast Petty Enterprises. That's the 32, the 34, the 38, and the 43. Those guys, huge team. 2 veterans, 2 rookies. And there goes Dylan Young, pushed to the front in that 2-car special scheme to be running. He's running here for this race, Universal Orlando car. Johnny Gardner peeking to the bottom. Gardner's going to slide right up the track, take the race lead away from Dylan Young, letting him lead the lap. Now Gardner really wants to go for a championship this year. They believe, looking at the schedule, even though there are more road courses this year, there are still mostly speedways. They believe they can get a really good chance at a championship here. Gardner moves all the way to the high line as Eli Bright moves to the middle, trying. He's going to block the 32 before moving back down to the middle line as Peter Sands closes up on the very bottom. Pushing the 12 is the 20 of Emmanuel Hartnett. Last season, that 20 car was a Chevy independent team. Now they've joined up with Joe Gibbs. But Eli Bright, Peter Sands leading the top 2 lanes as the 83 of Nate Rogers has made his way to the front. Zach Rogers in the 19 also on the bottom. John Nunn a couple rows back there. You can see the 4 of Tony Green driving the team car that won this race last season. Remember, you win and you're in to the chase. It's almost a 100% guarantee. You've just got to stay top 30 in points and be one of the top 16 winners, which we found out last season that we ended up having more of, but there were 3 or 4 drivers who could not jump their way out of the bottom 30 in the field. Now they are 3 wide all around. Nate Rogers leading the low line, Harton at the middle, Bright the outside. They are 3 wide throughout the entire pack. We have had a clean race so far. Now Nate moves up to the middle lane as Rogers gets underneath him. Zach Rogers to the lead now. McIntyre cleaning out on the bottom. John Nunn on the bottom now. And now they're 4 wide. McIntyre and Nunn are banging doors. 4 wide at the start finish line. As Tony Green's going to creep underneath the 9. Nunn leads that lap. They're still 4 wide for the lead now. This is really intense racing for the beginning of the race. Can they keep it together? Green clears them. He moves straight to the high line. Still 4 wide. Sorlin and Rogers are on the inside and very outside, and they're just like, oh no. Can Nunn clear the 95? He does. 4 wide for about a whole lap, and then they went back to 3 wide. Unbelievable. Sorlin to the lead. Here comes Andrew Rich on the bottom. Rich had a few chances last season at some wins. But they never got it done. The 19 team was the only Dodge team to win last season, and it took about 30 races. As here comes the 24, Michael Amato, who won 2 races last season. Looking to improve on 2018. Trying to figure out what lane he wants to block as Osborne and last year's winner, Philip Parker, are moving their way up on the bottom. Driving the 6th this season. Stepping away from Stuart Haas to drive for Roush. So Philip Parker looking to take the lead away. Osborne led the lap last time by. He's got another super speedway driver of Zach Flickinger behind him. As Caleb Hoffman is creeping his way up on the bottom. There's the summer Daytona winner also on the bottom. That's Alex Gray in the 3 car. Parker will not get the lead a lap. It will go to the 78 of Flickinger. Really clean race, excuse me, so far. Let's go on board with somebody here. Let's see. Let's go right on board with the 84 of Nico Tringali. And just see how crazy this really is. And that just shows you how crazy this can get. See him on the bottom is Alex Grace looking for the race lead. So we move back to viewing the front. 3 wide, Hoffman, Parker, Gray at the line. Gray leads the lap that time around. So 3 wide throughout the entire field. The 6 team trying again to get that high line run. You can see there's more grip up there. Parker leads that lap, barely. Just beat out the 3. You can see this bottom line might be the faster way around. But the high line has more, gives you a really good run. Hoffman's going to plop his car in front of the 6. Gray's going to move up to the middle. See, Hoffman got a huge run. Jackson's going to move in as the leader on the bottom with Sanford and Shelton behind him. The 8 car of Cody Hagan, another rookie on the bottom. And now Jackson looking to move in front of the 3. He leads that lap. About 15 minutes into this race, not including the 5-minute pre-race ceremonies. 17 laps complete, about 17 and a half now as we head down the back. Clean racing, 2 risky 4-wide situations. And pit stops are going to be crazy here because it's really tough. They're definitely going to have the field get split up when they come to pit. And here come some takers now. Shelton, Rowe, and Jones all come down pit road by themselves, coming to lap 19. Now that split the pack up just a bit. Now those three will probably gain the most ground because they are pitting by themselves. Whether they merge back in with the draft or not is to be discovered. As you can see, a bit of a gap from the back pack, from the middle pack to the front pack. Zico Tringali leading the second pack that's now been split up. Just a tiny amount of braking. And see, Hoffman leads the high line still, and here comes the next row of drivers. Sanford leading a big group down. Jackson's going to come in. They managed to all make it down to 55. No one's running anybody over. See, this is where you hurt, though, because you're slowing down under pit speed. You're losing time here. Parker, Osborne, Hoffman, Amato, Shearer, Nunn, Tringali, Hartnett, Young, Sands, Bright, Gardner, Qualls, Ferranti, and Alves all elect to stay out one more lap. Now, if this goes green, this could be the am I going to make it on 4-stop strategy. Parker and others are going to duck down pit road here. Comes Amato. Hartnett's actually going to stay out one more lap. He slowed down a lot, though. But Hartnett stays out. You can see a bit of a pile-up log jam coming out of pit road. Another way you can lose a ton of time. Hartnett stays out the extra lap. Can he get back? Oh no, it's sputtering. The 20 might run out of gas. It's sputtering on him. Shelley's on his inside. It's really sputtering on the 20 car. They're just going to get around here. Hartnett just makes it 21 laps. If this does go green and it turns into a fuel race, that could be the winning strategy. Now, where is the 14 of Hoffman? Does he lead the group out? And he's not leading his group out. Philip Parker leads their group out. Osborne's behind him, so Philip Parker looking to go back-to-back. So a long way to go. There's Amato and Shearer, Rich Flickinger Gray, Charles Jackson. And here's the other group. Jessica Shelton's in there. And there's Hartnett coming out of pit road. Osborne and Parker will pass him. And this is now the battle for the race lead. Now the real question will be is how many cars will catch to make the main group. The 70 and the 6 lead, but the 38, 24, 53, 78, 11, and 3 by themselves here. John Nunn is getting their draft. He will probably catch up here. But what about the 29 on back? There's a huge little pack right here. Huge little pack. That does not make sense. There's another little pack right in the back here. And they are scattered in the back. Yepes, Goldberg, Fitzwater, Deaver, and Seth Cole all at the very end of this deal. Parker's going to pass Osborne for the lead, but Flickinger's got a massive run. And it looks like it will be a 9-car pack that will currently decide the outcome of this race, as they are all 3 wide now. Parker's going to hold up the high line the most because they were getting caught in the draft. But Charles Jackson's going to take the race lead here. We're going to step aside for a little break and come back to hopefully some racing that is still in the green flag condition. Welcome back, folks, and first we're going to show you, while we were away, an accident that happened in the back. James Qualls, Alex Ferranti, Cody Hagan, Emmanuel Hartnett all get together. Qualls moves down into Shelley. Now, Ferranti and Shelley had made more contact that would have brought out the caution, but Qualls' car was off the racing surface. Therefore, we are still green. As you can see, Qualls has fallen to 42nd place. Meanwhile, as Kev Shearer tries to take the lead, the second pack here, led by Caleb Hoffman, is drafting up to these guys. That will expand the lead pack from 9 cars to 22. Giving us a lot bigger field coming to the finish. Now, with this second pack drafting up, you can see there's just clearly 2 lines. But where are they going to go? Hoffman's got this huge run. He has nowhere to go. So they're going to close up on the back end. Andrew Rich leading on the bottom. So this moves to a 22 car pack. Now, if you can wreck in a 10 car pack, you can wreck in a 22 car pack. And when there's more than 9 cars, it is a lot more likely that you will not be able to avoid someone if they check up in front of you. So a 22 car pack now. As you can see, Qualls has fallen. Hartnett has lost the draft of that pack as well. That was at the end of the pack. That was the tail pack. And now you can see Qualls with a decent amount of damage. Hartnett actually has a lot more door damage. See Seth Cole drafting back up to this pack. He had fallen back a bit, it seems. Oh, actually, that was the secondary pack. Here's Shelley. See Shelley running with these drivers. Gardner, Brock, and Oskin by themselves. About to catch up to the 37 and the 12. That'll become a 5-car pack, but this is the main 22-car field. We will expect more pit stops around lap 37. Unless, of course, we get a yellow flag first. Now, these drivers are catching James Qualls. As you can see, as he rounds out of turn 2. Hartnett is even more off the pace than we thought, so he will be a massive roadblock. But 2 Dodges, one on the bottom, one on the high side. That's John Nunn up top. Deanna Jones on the bottom was driving a 54 Toyota last season. Zach Flickinger in the 78 in the middle, leading that line. As we look at the ticker to see other drivers in this pack, Alex Gray, Joshua Osborne, excuse me, Andrew Rich, Charles Sanford, Jessica Shelton, excuse me, again, geez, Jessica Shelton, Philip Parker, Kev Shearer, Zach Rogers, Hoffman, Motto, McIntyre, Tringali, Jackson, Sorlin, as the list is changing on me. Rowe, Nate Rogers is in here, Tony Green and Dylan Young. I think I got them all. Quentin Moore in the 34. Diego Yepes is in here in the 77, I believe. Oh, is he not? No, never mind. That's the 78 of Flickinger. This pack's still 3 wide. Jones moves up to the middle as Shelton moves to the inside. Shelton, this is her rookie season over here, but don't be fooled by this rookie female driver. She has won on super speedway tracks before. She knows how to work her way through a pack. And we're only a third of the way through this thing, but don't count her out at the end of this race. All 4 Dodges in this pack is a really good sign for those guys. They expanded from 3 cars to 4 cars this season, trying to increase their chances just a bit. As we're going to go 4 wide up at the front, that's McIntyre and Sanford. Right as they're catching Hartnett, not a good time to do this. Zach Rogers leads the field. Which way do these drivers go? As they catch Hartnett, lots of them are going to have to slam the brakes. That breaks up the 4 wide. Rogers will lead them away. Sorlin, Sanford, Nate Rogers, and Jessica Shelton are the main 5 that are going to break away, as they'll be catching quals shortly. So these 5 break away here on lap 33, coming to 34. The rest of the drivers will slowly draft their way back up. Now you do not want to get stuck behind that 20. It is clear he is not up to pace. But it seems they will avoid an accident. Looks like Alex Gray will be the last one to make his way by the 20 car. So you can see these 5 break away. Rogers getting draft off the 27. It's going to allow him to keep the lead. Sanford's making a move for second. Shelton goes with. Rogers is going to lift just a bit as he makes his way around the 27 of quals. Sanford gets boxed in, nowhere to go now. The 02 has nowhere to go. Cody Hagan and Ferranti are the next 2. They've also got some damage. It seems they're only drafting back here at 182 miles an hour. As Hartnett has made his way down pit road. Unknown if he'll be coming back out on the racetrack. But the pack has reformed. Rogers still leads in the 19 car. 2 cars now a lap down. There's a ton of jostling is going on in the back there with James Qualls is. As they're still trying to make their way around now. The second lap car. When they catch the 8 and the 88, it might get a little dicey. These guys are racing for a 39th place. The 20 is returning to the racing surface now, 2 down. Hopefully they got some of that damage fixed. As Sanford takes the lead. These guys are approaching the second round of green flag pit stops. It looks like they may catch the 8 and the 88 first. I see the 18 and the 42 would be the next 2 drivers in line to be caught. Everybody else is pretty much drafting up to speed. They're just their distances away because of pit stops. Nate Rogers taking the lead away from Sanford down the back. Sanford getting that run as Young closes in on the inside line. Will anybody be dropping down the pit road? Remember, anyone that pit early, their max amount of laps they can go is about 21. Is Shelton and Rogers, I think, got in the wall a little bit there. Not sure what's going on. They're catching Ferranti as it seems Hagan has jumped off the racetrack to pit. So as they catch the 88, this could skinny these drivers up just a little bit. And Tony Green and Charles Jackson are going to clear by first. Indiana Jones, Alexander Rowe, they're going to go down by themselves. So the 29 and the 41, the first to make their stops. As the field splits up from the lap car. There's Hagan. Green, Jackson side by side. Now Tony Green ducking down. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back. Amato, Rogers, and Hoffman wrecking in the back. Did that bring out the yellow flag? Yes, it did. Caution's out. Pace car got the field. Charles Jackson in the lead for the first yellow of the day on lap 40. And there's John Arndt. It looks like Arndt had already pit. Is he getting his lap back? And yes, they're going to let him by. So 3 drivers get involved in the accident there. Anyone that pit got lucky, they're going to be able to stay out. But the 24, the 19, and the 14 all involved in this accident. Pit road will be open here on lap 40. This will reset the entire field. We'll be back to a big pack. Small 3-car incident to bring out the first yellow flag of the race. Now we're seeing where our lap cars are going to stay out. There's Ferranti in the 88. Jackson will lead him down pit road. It looks like everybody's going to come in again to top off. Oh, nope, never mind. Sorlin's going to stay out, it seems. Shelton. The 5 and the 02 are electing to stay out. As we lost them. So Sorlin, Shelton, Ferranti all stay out. Anybody else take her? No. So just the 5 and the 02 are going to stay out, and they did pit. Well, let's take a look at what exactly brought out the yellow flag for the first time today. Alright, here it is in 4 times slow-mo. And it looks like Rogers and Hoffman are just squeezing together too much, and Amato comes down just a bit, and that clips him into the 14. Amato's already about 90 degrees around, and Rogers just has nowhere to go. He's pushing against the side of the 24, and he gets himself spun around. Now, Shelton, Sorlin, and Sanford did a great job here not hitting the 14 car. I don't believe they hit him. Not seeing any sign the O2 made any contact with the 14. We'll have to get another angle. But those 3 cars go sliding into the grass. Let's take another angle and see what the O2 saw. Using the handy bumper cam, let's see if the O2 made any contact with the 14. Oh, and she didn't. She did not make any contact with the side of Caleb Hoffman, so great braking work by the O2. With that said, let's get you to the race restart. This is going to be a really dangerous restart. Alex Ferranti fell a lap down. He's back on the tail end of the lead lap. He will be restarting as the leader. Though in a real sense, the race leader is the 5. But you've got 2 off-pace cars on both lines. This is going to get crazy. So Sorlin and Shelton stayed out. Even though they pit under a close pit, so I'm not sure if they're going to have to serve a penalty here. But we will find out. Green flag is back out. 57 laps remaining. Hagan's going to make a move 3 wide. You can see everybody single file restarts. Causing a lot of jockeying around. Now the 4th gear is the gear where we're going to see who is really off pace or not, and you can see it there. Hagan's going to take off in the lead. Jackson behind him. You can see Ferranti taking forever to get up to speed. I think he might actually be running out of gas. He's running out of gas right in front of the field here. causing massive issues. Nobody must be happy, and Shear's going to punt him right out of the way. '88 running out of gas on the start, really screwed the pooch on the 5 and others. And he is not going to make it back around here, so we'll see if that brings out another yellow. But Sam Austin, Philip Parker leading the field. Sorry, I got a mitt in my mouth. Parker in the lead. Riggleman, the pole sitter, has finally made his way back to the front. Let's see, where's the 88? There he is. He actually might make it or back around. I'm not sure. Field's really strung out. Riggleman's going to lead it at the line. I think that's his first lap led on the race. And there's the 88 still trailing around. It looks like he will actually make it back to pit road, surprisingly. Peter Sands on the bottom. There's Shelton already making her way back to the front. See Cody Hagan in the back here trailing. Remember, he has damage. He did have some damage. He pit. He is a lap down. I can't believe I actually said he was in the lead earlier now. Hanley's back here in 14th. And then Hart and another damaged car. And then they're all split up. Ooh, contact made between John Nunn and Tringali. Tringali must not have liked something the 9 did. Teaching the rookie a lesson, maybe. He just door slammed him at 195 miles an hour. As they're going to catch the 20, and Tringali's going to have nowhere to go. Nunn's going to get away, and Nunn's probably laughing right now. See Dylan Young back here, and there's the last pack. Rogers has completely lost the draft. Looks like damage. Impairment on that 19 team. Ferranti is now on pit road. But here's your main pack. 13 cars, 47 might catch back up. That would make it a 14 car pack as we approach the halfway mark. Jessica Shelton, the only female driver in the series this season, I believe. Actually, no, never mind. Deanna Jones is in the series still. So Jessica becomes the second female driver. Deanna did a good job last season. She won one race at Las Vegas. I'm just scrolling through the list, making sure I'm right. 2 drivers. Yep, it's 2. Ferranti coming back out on the racetrack now. 4 laps down. I think it just turned into 5. Just trying to finish, maybe hoping someone wrecks out. But Shelton getting a huge run, pulling away from the pack. Oh, contact between Brock and Gray through the tri-oval. I don't know if anyone else saw that. They almost wrecked. They would have gone straight down and straight up. A lot of race cars would have been taken out. And goodness knows if anybody would have come in from the second and third packs to plow into this thing. We're halfway through the race. That calls for another break. We'll be back with more action from Daytona. We are back here from Daytona with 45 laps of racing remaining. Closing in on the third round of green flag pit stops. Technically third. I'd say the second round was more like 2.5 or 1.5, or I don't know. But Oskin, Sands, Jackson lead front three rows. Shelton was out front for a good amount of laps. She got caught by Cole Deaver, and now the lead has been surrendered to the Fords. Excuse me. Ferranti is 5 down, Hartnett 2, Hagan 2, and Qualls is 1. Qualls has fallen back now to the second pack, which is consisting of 15th to 25th. Then we've got another pack from 26th to 34th. And then the rest are scattered. 3 main packs, tons of different strategies. We should expect the 02 and the 5, I would think, to pit first, as they are catching the 19 of Zach Rogers, who will become the 5th car to be placed a lap down. Damaged race cars scattered across the track. And they just got to try and keep themselves out of the way so they do not bring out another yellow. We have yet to see the big one. I don't even think we're going to see the big one. Gray is going to pull away here as the rest of the pack works their way around the 19. So Gray, who won the summer Daytona race, is in this pack. We've also got Philip Park as McIntyre's heading down pit road before the 02, who stayed out. That's shocking. So green flag pit stops beginning once again. Philip Parker, your Daytona 500 winner, is in this pack. And that's really it. But that really broke up the pack because of the 19. Bright and Hanley have lost the draft. Actually, they hit the brakes for McIntyre. They're going to get caught by the second pack. Shelton now back to the race lead. Will she take a dive down pit road, though? No, no dives. So McIntyre pit a bit prematurely. Nope, there goes Sanford and Eli Bright, both headed down pit road this time by, coming to lap number 60. From this point, they should be able to make it on one more pit stop. Shelton leads, Rich, Brock, single filing it out behind the 02. Pack has dwindled down to a 9-car pack. Peter Sands at the very end of that pack. Brock making a move to the inside of the 53. Doesn't exactly have the help. Now he does. Shelton still leading by herself as they approach the 95, who's coming out of the pits. Will anybody take a dive down? Shelton does. And Nate Rogers almost wrecked himself across the 22. Deaver's going to gain a ton of ground heading into pit road here. Lots of cars coming in the pits this time around. Sanford Bright coming out of pit road as Brock and Rich are side by side. And Alex Gray stayed out and he has run out of gas. Third place car. He's out. He should make it back around. Ferranti did at that speed. Brock and Rich leading the field. Rich, they're both going to duck it down in. They're side by side coming into pit road. Deanna Jones is going to duck in. That'll give the lead up to Fitzwater Sr. Osborne behind him. He's going to look to the inside of the 43. John Arndt's a lap down, so he already pit. So these are your front two runners right now. I think the 6 didn't stay out, did he? No. Everybody else is coming out of pit road. So the 70 and the 43 have yet to pit. 43 is either getting a huge run or I don't know what. So here comes Fitzwater and Osborne. They're coming in. And that cycles around pit stops as William Brock is gone. So the 21 leads him out of pit road. Now he's going to have no draft, so he's going to get caught. As you can see, Fitzwater Osborne coming out of pit road. That gives the lead to the 21. There's the 3 of Alex Gray, now a lap down. And here's the rest of the main pack. Rickleman, Deaver, McIntyre, Nate Rogers, and Shelton. With the mini pack behind Sands, Austin, Rich, and Philip Parker. These guys are sipping up to the 21 though. Riggleman's going to waste no time here. He's going to sip right on by the 21 car. Deaver included. Nate Rogers is going to get boxed in behind the 21. He's looking to the high side to pass the 21. 21's going to move into the bottom behind the 95 in front of the 02. So here's your main pack. These guys may catch it. Could be very well a 10 car pack here. Racing to the last pit stop of the day. As you can see, the packs are all split up once again. The leaders will catch the 20, the 24, and the 2 first. McIntyre looking to the lead. Gonna get some help off the corner from Riggleman. And that'll give McIntyre the push needed to lead a lap. Three wide again up at the front. Sorry for the silence, just cell phones. So Amato is caught first, I think. Actually, no, Hartnett is caught first. Peter Sands looking to the race lead. As they catch Dylan Young. Shelton to the lead now as they catch Ferranti. And all the jostling that's going on around here. Quentin Moore is next. He's in 34th place, so even more cars will be put a lap down. Shelton to the lead though. Last year's winner Parker behind her in second place. Looking to go back to back. It's only the second season, but it would be crazy to already have a two-time 500 champion, and there's the move. They're only coming to lap 69. He's got a little bit of draft help. Ferranti's making his pit stop. Neck and neck at the line. Shelton led the lap. And we could have a close finish like that. Last year it came down to 3 cars. The 4, the 14, and the 3. And the 3 got drafted past by the 14 and the 4. So it's going to come down to something like that. As they catch Quentin Moore. Moore's going to help the 95 apparently. They're going to get by really quick. Cody Hagen's the next car on the docket. As I continue to make up words. I don't know, man. If I don't make sense, throw it in there with the comedy. I think my caffeine's wearing off. McIntyre leads and second. Rich is third as they're passing by Quentin Moore. I don't even know. I think Moore's actually drafting up with them here. And he is. Shelton has been completely screwed. And she will finally make her way to the inside of the 34 car. Coming to 30 to go. So Sands didn't win a race last season. He's looking for his first win. As Ferrante has coming out of pit road in front of him. Getting the draft of the 8. So it looks like they're going to catch 2 lap cars side by side again. So we're just sipping through the back of the field. If anybody who's not up front's wondering where they're at. There's a second pack here. They're going to catch Ferranti first. That's Rich in the lead, but he doesn't really know where to go, and I think that's going to give the lead to Oskin. Yep, Oskin's going to get by on the bottom first. Parker's coming through next. And then the cars in the middle line. Parker's going to move up in front of the 83. As they catch Hagen. Oskin's going to keep low on the bottom. They're going to sip right on by. Parker included. Nate Rogers, Cole Deaver, all sipping on by. Denton, Shelton. So Oskin leads, but here comes Parker, Nate Rogers, and Deaver. We're thinking about following. Now they're going to stay up high. Deaver to the middle. Now Nate Rogers is going to duck behind the 6. Trying to maybe get a run. Yep, there they go. Parker moves to the high line. Riggleman jockeying from the middle to the bottom. These drivers are looking for any draft they can get. And they are 3 wide, 2 lanes. 3 lanes, 2 wide. I don't know what the terminology is. Damn it. And Cole Deaver looking to lead a lap. I think he's already led one. But he'll lead another, I guess. Riggleman, the pole sitter. Oskin started second. They're both up here. And the jockeying, see, draft is really a tricky thing. If you get a good run, you got to figure out where to take it. Are you going to stall out? Are you going to get enough of a run? What's it going to do for you? Here comes Riggleman now to the inside of Oskin. Gets left by McIntyre. He's going to be down there on the bottom all by himself. Shelton is side by side with Deaver for the race lead. They're approaching lap 75. Remember, McIntyre pit a little early. Not sure if that 95 car can even make it on one more stop. Once we complete this lap, it'll be 25 to go. 3/4 of the race will have been completed. Shelton leading on that high line as they're going to catch John Arndt. Nobody else is really close. Arndt is next on the list. 10-car pack. The rest are all lap down cars. That includes the 2. And now these drivers are making things close, not giving each other a lot of room. They know they're coming to the last money stop. So the last money stop is coming up. Riggleman, Oskin, Shelton, side by side. Then Sands, McIntyre, and Deaver right behind those drivers. Now you want to pit closer to lap 80 as much as possible. 3 wide, really close at the line that time. That could be our finishing situation. As you watch the bottom creep out front, watch the middle and the high line, see the runs they get down the back straightaway. And it roughly evens out. Sands is peaking under the 26. It's going to hurt their flow just a bit. You can see just how close it is. 23 to go. We're going to be approaching that pit window. And the second pack behind them is starting to inch their way forward. It's led by Tony Green in the 4. That's another 10 cars, and then the next pack is another 10 cars. So 3 10-car packs. Lap down cars trickling in between them. Can you imagine if this was an 80-lap race? I would be screaming my head off right now. They are so close. Continuously 3 wide battling. Riggleman just, this is insane. Brock is just trying to figure out what lane to support because there's 3 on the bottom, there's 3 in the middle, and there's 3 in the top. And now there's a lap car coming out. That's Quentin Moore. Some drivers are beginning their pit stops. Are there anybody else here? No. Oh, John Arndt, I think, already pit. So who's pitting first in this group? McIntyre's leaning back. He's going to pit. He had to put the brakes on Philip Parker. Him and Brock are going to lose the pack. That's going to leave Oskin all alone in the middle. No, Rich is going to move up. Does he move up or not? Sands is going to make it 4 wide for the lead. Oh, Oskin and Riggleman are making contact. They're 4 wide for the race lead right now, and it's only lap 80. Contact between the 22 and the 26. Rich is giving draft. Riggleman's going to clear the 12. He'll get his space back. Are they going to go 4 wide again? Oh, Nate Rogers, what are you doing? Riggleman, Sands, and Nate Rogers are all going to pit now. That leaves these four. These 4, none of them had to hit the brakes, so none of them are losing any time. 20 to go at the line there. So Oskin, Shelton, Deaver, and Rich looks like they'll have to take the least amount of gas. I think they're all going to have to take 2 cans here. Oskin tried to clear the 0-2 there. Eli Bright's coming out of the pits. Now this is going to get crazy. What are they going to do here? Oskin's going to slow up. I think they're all trying to pit here. I think Shelton was trying to pit, but the 37 was in the way. And there's the pack. I'm not sure if Shelton was trying to pit or not. It's clear that Eli Bright got in her way completely. She needs to get to the bottom. Yeah, and her car is sputtering right now. Eli Bright completely screwed over the O team's chance here. She just needs to get to the bottom. That 0-2 team has to pit this time by or they are screwed. And she tried to go and she's not going to make it because of the 18 team. And they're out of gas. That is devastating. 2 cars coming on the track, getting in the way of the leader. Arguably the strongest car on the track. And they are going to end up finishing way outside of the top 10. Devastating blow. Where is the 22 car? There he is. I don't even, no, he's not even the leader anymore. Actually, I think the 43 was staying out, and I think they just passed him. The new leader is now the 31. Well, once they catch the 0-2. So Shelton is not going to win this race. Not even going to have a chance at a top 10 now. And I'm sure they are sorely, really sore at the 37 and the 18. Her car was sputtering. She should have tried maybe getting there to the bottom and right at the entrance 3. But they have 35 more races to go get a W. But they had a really good shot here today. So Cole Deaver takes the lead. Riggleman's battling for second with Andrew Rich. Peter Sands is up here. Philip Parker, Matt McIntyre, and Nate Rogers. Eli Bright, the last car in the pack. Oskin and Brock ended up losing the pack. Shelton just getting on pit road, just falling a lap down there. So gonna finish probably 39th. But this is the race for the win. 8 cars. Rich making the move. Are they going to catch anybody? Yep, they're going to catch the 19. That may be it here, coming to 15 to go. Andrew Rich sees his team owner in front of him. Going to try and get by him here. And he does, quick and easy. Deaver, Sands, and Nate Rogers are all going to get blocked. Remember, Philip Parker won this race last season with some team help. Will he get any Ford help from the 26? The 12 may lose this pack. Actually, no, I think he's okay. He's just got to get by the 19 here. The 48 is up to speed, but he is a lap down. And there's the 0-2 coming out in front of the leaders, 1 lap down. Alex Ferranti just got out of pit road. Now she gets in the way. Riggleman's got nowhere to go. Parker had to hit the brakes a little bit. And there's Eli Bright, the first car who really kind of screwed the pooch on the 02 team's day. One of the couple of rookies that are in the field here. Speaking of rookies, Riggleman, Deaver, McIntyre, they're all rookies. They're looking for wins against these veterans as Andrew Rich leads Philip Parker. Now the 02 will join the 48 as up-to-speed lap cars. Shelton will end up finishing 38th if there is not an accident. Eli Bright, also a rookie up here, looking to get a win. This guy drove the trucks last season, so he's not a complete rookie. Remember, the 02's probably got some hostility at the 37 for being the first car. More so probably at the 18. That's super speedway racing for you, though. Deaver's going to move the 02 up. And the 02 is sticking right on the bumper of the 37. She is not letting him out of her sight at all. And I would not be surprised if the 02 dumps that 37. Cole Deaver moves up in front of the 37. Nate Rogers in the middle. Riggleman's on the bottom. They're 3 wide. That's for second place. McIntyre makes it 3 wide under the 12. That's for 5th. 02 not in contention for that position. As Cole Deaver takes the race lead away. Several rookies up here. Again, remember, Deaver, Bright, Riggleman, McIntyre. 4 of the 8 drivers up here are rookies. Parker, last season's winner. Andrew Rich, Peter Sands, Nate Rogers, all veterans. Up in the front here, Sands, Nate, and Rich without wins last season. Nate Rogers actually won at Richmond, I think. I'm sorry, I think Nate did win a race. Cole Deaver's just running that middle line. They're going to come to 10 laps to go here in the Great American Race. 3 wide behind them. 31 trying to figure out which lane to go with. 4 car middle lane, 3 on the bottom, 2 up top. And Nate Rogers is going to shove the 31 up to the high line. There it is. 2 wide, Deaver and Riggleman. Riggleman moves to the middle in front of Nate Rogers. McIntyre's going to plop it 3 wide on the bottom. Will they catch anyone else? They might just catch the 20. Maybe the 24, but everyone else should be good to go here. Just running through the field one last time. Decent pack right here. These are the guys battling for the last 2 spots in the top 10. That's Oskin in the 22 and Brock in the 21. There's Tringali among others back here. Riggleman, no luck. Andrew Rich has made his way to the lead. Philip Parker looking to be the first to go back-to-back on the 500. It would be big history to start off the first 2 seasons of the series winning the 500 in both seasons. But it's tough to get through there on the bottom. He's got to line himself up with someone in the middle. He's got Peter Sands behind him. Riggleman's to his outside. And Rich is pulling away. He's getting the draft of the 20, I believe. No, no, they're not. It's actually the 24. So 2 lap cars are going to get caught at once here. Rich leads them 3 wide behind at the back of this little field. John Arndt's at the back of the pack. Shelton right in front of him. And the yellow's out. We got a caution. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Big wreck. That's Oskin Fitzwater. Several cars are taking the caution flag here. And they're racing back to the yellow with 6 to go. They may get a restart. They may not, but Rich is not taking any chances. He's going to put the 24 and the 20 both let down because he knows single file restarts if they do get back going. And McIntyre is going to get there right behind them. Caution, second of the day. Will they get back going? And what brought out the yellow flag? Fitzwater's got heavy damage. Alex Gray. Just past the start finish line. Let's take a look at this right now. This was racing for the top 10. This is what's going to start it. Philip Goldberg is going to make a move on Tringali here. That's going to make it 4 wide. Gray and Tringali are going to connect right at the entrance of the tri-oval. And they're going to slide right up into Oskin, who's not square. And there it is, 18, 84, 322 all around. Goldberg gets hit first by Sanford. And that's Sanford up into Jackson, Yepes, and it's on. There's Fitzwater. Nowhere to go. The big one happens late here at Daytona in the secondary pack. TJ Hanley's around. Kev Shearer. Alexander Rowe makes contact with Sanford. Joshua Osborne, nowhere to go. Tony Green, I think, gets through this. Yeah, Tringali's Tony Green got through that, but that is what brings out the yellow racing for the last 2 spots in the top 10. Let's see if we get back going green or not. We are going to have ourselves a green-white checkered. Checkers or records, we like to call them. 2 laps remain in this race. This is a lot different finish than we had last season. Single file restart. Andrew Rich leads. Matthew McIntyre is second. That is the front 2. Then there's the lap car of Amato. Philip Parker, your defending winner, is in third. Another lap car. Then Coldever, Peter Sands, Riggleman, Nate Rogers, Eli Bright, Shelton, who's 2 down, Sorlin, and William Brock. That is your top 10. A lot of drivers that were involved in that wreck stayed out with their damage. If you are not in front of that 0-2 car, you do not really have a chance, even though you've got 2 laps to suck up to the field. Draft is going to be huge. You've got to be planning out how you're going to get the suck up. If I was the top 2 cars, I would not want to be where I am. You do have the 24 behind you, who's a little off pace. The 6 has the 20 behind him. He's off pace. Will that help, though? You can easily duck to the inside right after the start-finish line. Here we go, folks. 2 to go in the Daytona 500 to start the 2018 Mountain Dew For the Win Cup Series season. The green is back out. 2 laps. If we get a yellow before they hit the white, the race will end when they hit the line. If they get a yellow on the white, it doesn't matter. They're racing to the checkered regardless. Deaver and Parker are going to split out on the bottom right away. Now they're in 4th gear. Here comes the draft. McIntyre's in 2nd. He's starting to get that run. Parker's going to dive into the behind him. Deaver moves up high. All the fast cars are on the bottom. Here we go, folks. Rich is going to have to try and do everything. They are basically up to speed here. Green flag is still out. Peter Sands is going to make a move on the inside of Philip Parker. Parker's going to get that run, though. White flag in the air for the Daytona 500. Who gets back to the line first? Rich still trying to hold on, get his first win of his career, and start off 2018 with a bang. But here comes Parker in the middle. Does Peter Sands have anything for him? Nate Rogers on the bottom behind the 12. Rich is doing his best. He's blocking every line possible. Running the middle lane, that's his best bet. He's stalling out the draft. Coming off of turn number 4. Nobody is even close to the back end of Andrew Rich. And Andrew Rich is going to win the 2018 Daytona 500. He held off everyone who was in his draft to win. And he starts off 2018 with a huge bang. Dodge really needed this after winning one race in 2017. Nate Rogers gives Audi a second place finish in their first race. Peter Sands third, Eli Bright fourth. Riggleman, the pole sitter, gets fifth place. Your defending race winner got sixth. Sorlin seventh, McIntyre eighth, Deaver ninth, and William Brock rounds out the top 10. What a race, guys. What a finish. What a way to start out 2018. I've got to say, I'm looking forward to this season. And I hope everybody who watches these races is looking forward to it too. That's it for me here from Daytona. 100 laps is over. Next week, we head to Atlanta for 114 laps of action for the first Speedway race. Big new package, lower tire compounds. They're going to wear a lot more. We're going to see a lot more tire strategy played out at the Speedways this year. So I will see you guys next week at Atlanta, and I hope you enjoyed the 2018 Daytona 500. This is Zach Rogers signing out. Bulldog Speed. If you like this video, hit that like button. Sub to the channel if you're not already a sub. Check out any videos you want, man. I do this all for fun. Appreciate any support along the way. I will see you guys next weekend at Atlanta. Peace out.